Welcome to CJ Winner How-To video series. Here at CJ Winner, we provide better tools, fast delivery, great service, and value.
First, turn to Section 5 of your manual. Locate the mounting information and trip bracket assembly drawings. Double-check that you have all the required parts for installation. Begin installation by mounting the control valve assembly in a location that is easily accessible on the machine frame. Make sure the air hoses can reach the cross slide on which the attachment will be mounted. This mounting position should provide convenient access so initial adjustments to the regulator and periodic maintenance can be easily performed. In order to operate properly, your thread rolling attachment must be connected to a steady source of clean, dry air at a minimum pressure of 80 psi. Difficult applications involving long thread lengths, coarse pitches, large diameters, or hard-to-roll materials may require up to 110 psi. The control valve assembly should be directly connected to the main supply line by means of a minimum ID feed line of 1/2 inch. A smaller ID flexible plastic or rubber feed line, such as the type commonly connected to a handheld blowgun, will diminish the rolling pressure capacity of the thread rolling attachment. To install the trip bracket and valve mounting bracket, refer to the trip valve assembly drawing. The trip bracket must be mounted in a way that it can depress the trip valve button when the cross slide reaches the full forward position. Next, advance the slide to the full forward position and assemble the adjusting screw and jam nut into the trip bracket. Mount the trip valve button. Be sure there is sufficient clearance between the adjusting screw and the trip valve button. The adjusting screw must not interfere with the adjustment of the full forward position of the cross slide. Look again at your mounting information drawing. Make sure that the drawing refers to your make, model, and cross slide position. Notice that some attachments mount directly to the cross slide. If yours does not, then an adapter plate is necessary for your application. Using the same drawing, check that you have all the items assembled to the cross slide in the proper configuration. The gauge setting must be taken against a blank that has been shaved to the correct diameter for the thread size being rolled. Therefore, locate your specific thread size in the thread rolling capacity and reference data charts and arrange to have the appropriate diameter blank in the spindle. Advance the cross slide to the full forward position. For attachment models 141, 142, 145, 151, and 152, the gauge is located in the rear keyway. For all other models, the gauge is located in the front keyway. This gauge is used to adjust the full forward position of the cross slide so that when in the full forward position, the thread rolling attachment will be aligned over the center line of the part. Locate your micrometer setting gauge. Adjust the micrometer setting gauge until the key is located in the T-slot of the cross slide or the adapter plate if applicable. Hold the gauge firmly in position and adjust the micrometer until it touches the sized blank. Note the reading. Obtain the correct gauge setting from the thread rolling capacity and reference data charts. Compare the reading that you've taken with the correct gauge setting dimension. Adjust the cross slide if necessary to obtain the correct reading. To assure repeatability, it is recommended that the last 3/1000ths to 5/1000ths of adjustment be obtained using the cross slide positive stop. Also, in the case of multiple spindle machines, it is recommended that the gauge setting be taken against blanks in all spindle positions. Refer to the attachment mounting drawing in Section 5 of the manual. This drawing shows the thread rolling attachment, the adapter plate assembly if applicable, and all the necessary mounting hardware assembled in the proper configuration on the cross slide. Position the machine cross slide in the fully retracted position. Note that the thread rolling attachment has two surfaces on which it can be mounted. To determine the correct surface, position the thread rolling attachment so that it can be installed on the cross slide with the compensator assembly facing away from the spindle. Note the mounting surface to be used. Install the attachment keys to this surface using the hardware supplied. Assemble the remainder of the mounting hardware to the attachment and install it on the cross slide or adapter plate. Tighten the mounting hardware enough to secure the attachment in position, but loose enough so the attachment can be positioned from side to side. Advance the cross slide to the full forward position and check the location of the thread rolls relative to the thread blank. Adjust the attachment position from side to side as necessary and tighten the hardware. Retract the cross slide and adjust the air regulator to obtain a gauge reading of 80 to 100 psi. Connect the air lines and perform the following adjustments. Operate the flow control valve that is connected to the chip purge line. The purpose of the chip purge line is to pressurize the compensator mechanism area, which helps eliminate chip accumulation in the compensator gears. Open the valve until you notice a 2 to 3 pound drop on your pressure gauge. Now, depress the trip valve button several times by hand while operating the flow control valve in the red outline. Note that the attachment will cycle faster or slower depending upon where the valve is set. This is where the penetration rate is adjusted depending upon the material being rolled. Initially, set this flow control valve for the fastest possible attachment cycle. After these adjustments have been made, check the clearances on the machine.
Please visit us at www.cjwinner.com for additional information.